Hello everyone, Dr. Greg Gillen with Human Fusion. Hope everyone is doing well. Today's article review comes from the August 22nd, 2019 issue of Harvard Business Review. It's by Adam Brandenburger and it's called, Are Your Company's Strengths Really Weaknesses? Now, of course, what he's talking about here is using a traditional SWOT analysis, SWOT, and he's re-engineering it. And so today we're going to talk about the traditional SWOT analysis, and then in the next video we'll talk about how this author is re-engineering it. If you're not familiar with the SWOT process, please pay attention. It's a brilliant strategic planning tool. We used it routinely when I was in the pharmaceutical industry. You can use it for any number of things, but it's, and I'll explain a couple of ways that I use it in my coaching practice. It's essentially taking, SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So the strengths and weaknesses are sort of an internal analysis of your brand or your company or your team. So again, here you can use it in any way that you can be creative around it, but those are all internal attributes. The external look is at your threats and at your opportunities. Now, again, we used to use it at Glaxo all the time. We would pass out last year's SWOT analysis and then spend a lot of time thinking about what's still a strength, what has moved into the weakness category. Perhaps something internally has actually moved to an external factor. Like for instance, maybe a key team member is now at a competitor. That's a strength turned into a threat. So again, think about how that can be utilized for your team, for your company, for your brand, for your product or service, that type of thing. When I use the Winslow Dynamics profile as my normative behavioral assessment on my clients, the very first exercise I have my clients do is a SWOT analysis on their behaviors. So what do you identify in your current role as your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your opportunities? Meaning, I don't really take advantage of this particular behavioral trait, and I should. And what is a threat? So like for instance, if you have a self-confidence level of 1, and you have, and that, I see a lot of managers that have self-confidence levels in the 10th percentile, and that can be a real threat to them. They've got to start looking at how to work on that, how to mitigate that, because that will really hold them back. So SWOT analysis, wonderful tool. Please do some more research on it, but if you know, this is just to kind of whet your appetite, get you interested in the product. And in the next video, we're going to talk about how Adam Brandenburger is now re-engineering the SWOT analysis for even more effectiveness. And if you like management-related videos like this, please subscribe to Human Fusion. Turn on your notifications, and we'll keep you up to date on all the latest trends that affect you as a manager and your management practice.